All right. Welcome back to the Malapert Smart Wrestling Podcast. We talk wrestling here. I got Vlad, the wrestling expert, on the show today. Hello, Vlad. Thanks for being on. I usually have Robert, also the frozen Asian. I have a square for him, but today he is absent,
I'll fill both roles. I'll be the frozen Asian if you need me to. I'll be the wrestling expert. No need. I can't really, pull that off. I guess you're right.
Just do your thing. Just stick to what you know. Being a wrestling expert. But yeah, I mean, I have set this show up for 3 people because for so long we've had Robert on the show. Thankfully, he's been really good for us.
He kind of had a last minute
expertise. Yeah, but he couldn't make it today. But I didn't feel like changing the arrangement around, so we'll just have that square for him. You know. But hopefully he'll be back next week. Anyways.
Yes.
So we're doing this on a Sunday night. We've been recording on Sunday nights and letting the whole week of wrestling pass, and then doing like a weekly review of WWE and WCW.
We wish, right?
AEW, excuse me. The 2 companies, AEW, the 2 major companies, our 2 favorite companies, our 2 favorite television shows, WWE. Well, AEW basically took the place of WCW. Like, we used to love WWF and WCW. That's how we grew up watching wrestling. And then WCW died, and then TNA was kind of the second company for a while, and now AEW literally took that mantle because they're even on the same channel. They're on TBS and TNT where WCW was. So they're pretty much a direct replacement, as direct a replacement as it could be. But unfortunately, the show has been struggling lately in terms of critical acclaim and ratings on the television show. But we'll get to that later. So since we're going to be doing those 2 companies, we're going to start with WWE first because they're the better company at this point, and we're going to review Raw and Smackdown, and then afterwards we'll do Dynamite, which is how we've been doing it the past few weeks.
Sounds good.
All right, then. So let's go with WWE RAW. Let's start with Raw. This is Raw from May 13th, this past Monday. So actually, I'll preface this by saying that I actually thought this was the best show of the week out of the 3 major wrestling shows, Raw, SmackDown, and Dynamite. I think Raw was technically the best one. So we'll go through it. Yeah, I mean, look. So the show starts out, they've got Gunther and Kofi Kingston heading to the ring from the parking lot. I like when they do this, you know, this King of the Ring tournament, the way they've been covering it. I have been very impressed because they're treating it it's very important. See, the beginning of the show, it's like you could see them come into the ring. They're ready to go. Look, who else is this? Jey Uso and Ilja Dragunov. They're in another King of the Ring match. So I like this. I like that they, kind of set it up with some importance. They give it some importance. Oh, here's Drew McIntyre coming to the ring. So this is a continuation of the storyline that we've liked the past few weeks with CM Punk.
Yeah. No, I just want to say about that thing. I don't really like it. I think it's a little ridiculous. It's like they're trying to play like it's like, like they would if it was like an NBA game or something or some sort of sporting event, which is fine. But I don't know. It just seems a little weird to do that every week. It's fine to do it like on some special occasions, but to have them like come into the arena, like, do we really need to see Kofi Kingston come into the arena?
Aren't we always complaining that there isn't enough realism in our wrestling? That if there was a real match to be had, these people would be walking to the ring serious, focused.
Okay, sure. Okay, fine. But then you're telling me it's realistic that Drew McIntyre just comes in without any type of thing and just storms right to the ring to have his promo to start the show? No, it's ridiculous. So, I mean, I see what you're saying, and I understand the feel of what they're going for. I just don't particularly find it quite believable. I don't like it. I think there's a reason that it was never done before, just because it doesn't seem, to me, it doesn't work for wrestling. I think on some special occasions it's fine, pay-per-views or premium live events, whatever, or whatever.
Well, they don't do it for every match. They've been doing it for this King of the Ring tournament. So
they've been doing it for every show, every Smackdown
Oh,
or Raw.
that's true. Even on NXT, they show people coming up and
I don't even
showing
watch
up at the parking lot. But okay, but look, in this one, this episode's a little different because not only they show them at the parking lot coming in, but they interview them before the match. You know, they're like, how are you feeling going into it? You know, they're making it feel important, but we'll get to that. Anyways, we stopped at where Drew McIntyre was walking to the ring. And you're saying it's not realistic that he could just walk to the ring and start talking. Well, I think that's what WWE RAW is, because it's so long. It's 3 hours. If you have enough cachet and the business and importance in WWE, you can just walk to the ring and talk. Why not? There's 3 freaking hours. They're going to make time for Drew McIntyre. Yeah, he feels he has enough clout to just fucking walk to the ring and start fucking talking. And this is another one of them long camera shots that people have been impressed with lately. But he does get all the way to the ring eventually.
Yeah.
And start talking, obviously, about CM Punk and how CM Punk called him out last week, but he had already left, so he didn't come back. I thought maybe he would come back last week, but he didn't come back, so now he's responding to that. They keep missing each other, right?
Yeah, that's what he mentioned.
Yes. Let's see if I bookmarked anything of importance that I thought Drew McIntyre said.
Jay, the number one thing on my priority list is the World Heavyweight Championship and that paper champion, Damian Priest.
I remember now, yes.
I've been watching you backstage, Priest, walking around. You're the big man with your quick leg bloodline.
Well, this is interesting because, yeah, he did lose the title, but he has been hung up on CM Punk. So this is kind of finally where he's going back to the fact that he wants his world title back against
I kind of like
Priest.
Yeah, I kind of like it because it's like he has a beef with Punk. Obviously, that's his main feud, but he's also continuously hates Jey Uso, and now something is obviously brewing with Damian Priest, who's the champion, the title that he wants, that he lost, that he had for like 5 minutes and then lost, right? So I think this is good booking. This is all good stuff all good things for Drew.
Yeah, it's not bad, but Drew is obviously going to get screwed out of this match by CM Punk. The conclusion of this match is foregone. There's no way Drew's going to win the title back here.
I agree. They want
to just lead to.
Yeah.
This is just leading to Drew versus Punk, which is honestly, I think, going to go down as one of the greatest feuds in wrestling history when it's all said and done. But we'll see.
We'll see. It's been good so far, but we'll see. It's been great.
All right.
Actually, I would say that.
So something Damian said that I thought was really funny.
Let's talk about WrestleMania, Drew.
Let's talk about WrestleMania.
You achieved your goal. All you had to do was leave. All you had to do was grab your wife's hand and go enjoy your moment. And then what happened? Te hiciste un pedazo de mierda.
You did a piece of shit.
You saw
is what he said.
Oh, does that mean like he shit the bed type of thing? Is that what he kind of means?
I guess so. Pretty much.
And you made Punk more important than your wife.
Oh my god.
That
is true.
Let's not forget about the part that you proceeded to get your ass whooped by a one-armed man. Oh. So yeah, I cashed in. Now you know what? Your elbow's gonna heal. You're gonna get clear.
So basically, it's just gonna lead to them saying they're gonna have a match. And
yes. But Damian Priest made some good points. Yeah, he made some good points. Not so much the zingers were pretty good too, but the points was like, hey, didn't what's it called? Didn't Drew kind of predict that this stuff would happen to him? Like in a sense, like he's saying, why wouldn't Drew cash in on on the winner of the Seth and Drew match and stuff like that? So he kind of predicted his own situation, his own demise, which I kind of liked, that he threw that back in his face.
One thing that he also mentioned was that Drew McIntyre prevented Damian from cashing in several times. So
numerous times, I think, at least 2 times that I can recall.
yeah, so it's his fault that he even ended up in that situation because Damian could have been champion. He wouldn't have even had to face Seth at WrestleMania.
That was the point that he made. He said they could have had their own WrestleMania moment, right?
All right, well, let me move on from the Drew stuff. I'm going to move on to something else I was very impressed with. So look, the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, again, I'm very impressed with their coverage of it. So they're trying to promote a match for tonight, Shayna Baszler versus Io Sky. And I think...
Okay, I'm going to go with you on this. I'm going to try to follow you on this.
Yeah, just watch their review of how they got here.
Last week, the Queen of the Ring tournament kicked off with first-round matchups from the Raw side of the bracket. The first contest was a technical clash between the one-woman dynasty Natalya and the leader of Damage Control, Io Sky.
Those technicians in the ring would do anything to get the crown.
Natalya's powerful mat-based style was overmatched by Io's high-speed aerial assault.
Io Sky advanced.
Natalya's powerful mat-based style was overpowered by Io's aerial assault. You see, this is what we wanted when AEW was saying we're going to present this as like sports-based, real wrestling, real fighting. You see, WWE is treating this pretty seriously, you know? And they reviewed that match that would have otherwise been completely forgotten. No one would have ever fucking thought about it again, but they gave it another life. You know, they showed some highlights from it. They showed that Io beat Natalya, and now she's here in the next round. So this is good stuff. This is very good. They're not just moving on fast-paced. They're kind of letting it breathe. You know, it's a 3-hour show. Why not have segments like this? So.
Oh, okay. My only thing to that is I agree. The video package is nice. It's good. I like it. But does anyone really care about this match? Like, is anybody going to really stick around and watch Io Sky versus, what's her face? I can't forget her name.
Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. So, I mean, come on.
Well, look,
it's not
they have the match next. Well, okay, they do more with this match. They show up in the parking lot. Yeah, there's more. Yeah, they show up in the parking lot, and Shayna Baszler bumps into Damage Control. You see, and they have like a little fracas. So yeah, they're trying to make people excited for this match. At least, you know, it's not bad. This is something. Io gets in Shayna's. Oh, Shayna pushed her in the parking lot, and then Kairi Sane is like, "Let's go." To Kairi Sane, this is all normal. She's like ready to come in and have a confrontational night.
Kairi Sane, she couldn't even speak one word. How do you know that's normal for her? She can't communicate. We don't know what she's thinking.
She's like, don't worry. Come on, Io. We'll figure this out. Okay. We'll figure this out later. We'll take care of this later. But Io is a hothead. She's like the crazy girlfriend you'd have who would fucking pick fights with everybody, and you'd have to like defend her.
You'd have to get your ass kicked for her. I got it. Like that one video you sent me.
Yeah, the Karen at the football game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, so then they jump right into it. This is the next match. Io Sky against. Like, yeah, I'm not saying this is a great match, but I'm saying this is a well-produced show, is what I'm saying.
I won't debate that. I will not debate that part of it at all. I agree that's fine. That all worked out. The video. I think the best part of it was the video package. So what does that say? I don't know. You tell me. I mean. And
then so Io comes out, and then out of nowhere, Shayna's gonna come in like she doesn't even do her ring walk, because you see they're showing, hey, she's pissed off about what happened in the parking lot, and she was waiting for her to like fucking jump her before the match started. So yeah, okay. Yeah. In the end, Io wins. It's like not a 5-minute match. I think it's like an 8-minute match, something like that. And she wins with the top rope moonsault.
Moonsault, sure.
Okay, whatever. Good show. Good show so far. I'm just saying. And then Io. Oh, let's hear an Io promo after the match. Let's analyze her promo skills.
私がクイーンになって、そしてチャンピオンに返り咲く。
Okay. Oh, sorry, Jackie. I think.
Nice promo. That's how you do it, Vlad. That's how you do it. All right, let's move along. Let's move on.
I got nothing for you on that one.
We're in the middle of our Raw review here, by the way. People, zoom in if you want to see the video bigger in the corner. But we're moving on to Carlito, Judgment Day. He's trying to hang out with Judgment Day, and Damian's just not about it. You know, he's at this point in the show. Later in the episode, it's kind of going to change. Let me just cover the Judgment Day stuff first. Let's do all the Judgment Day stuff and then we'll move along.
Sure.
So
sure.
Early in the episode, Damian's like, "No, if you want to hang out with these guys, go ahead. I don't care." And then what happens later in the episode? They have a tag team match, right? Judgment Day do. And,
yeah, I think Finn and JD do, right?
And Carlito helps them win.
Correct.
So later on in the show, oh well, JD also fucking stood up to Braun Strowman, I guess. I forgot. This is also Judgment Day business. But in between all that, I don't know why JD went up to Braun Strowman and told him, "You got to be careful, right? Stand straight up to him." I like how JD carries himself. He thinks he's a big guy, even though he's a little scrawny guy. But I'm sorry. But let me move along. So finally, by this point, because Carlito helped them win that tag title match, or tag title...
just a tag match, right? It was just
a title shot. A tag title shot. So
that's right.
Damian finally is like, "That's cool," you know. So he's softening up on this. You got any comments on this one, Vlad? On this stuff
sorry. I'm distracted. I mean, it's... I don't know. I want to say I didn't hate it, but I also don't particularly care for it. Like this is all fast forward stuff for me. Like I'm a big Damian Priest fan. I think he's ready to break out as one of their major stars or a big star in this company. But he's not going to do it with this underneath group now. This kind of more laughing stock group. I'm sorry. Like everybody's here is kind of treated like as a joke. So for the most part, I know there's some good workers here, and I know there's some good characters here potentially, but. Is this a group to be taken serious? I mean, you tell me. Is the Judgment Day still a serious group? I don't think they are.
Well, they were when Rhea was there. You know, she was. And right. Damian's the world champion, but yeah, the rest of them, I don't think Finn is that bad. Dominik has got his. The fact that they had R-Truth in there being kind of silly with them for a while made them seem a little weird, I think. But I don't know. For the most part, I think they're pushing them as like a major group. They're Raw's bloodline, basically.
No, I don't see that at all. They're a mid card. They're an underneath group with one legit star right now. I mean, they usually have two. You're right. They have two, but with Rhea's injury, I think this is a perfect time for Damian to go on his own. I think that's the direction it's going to go eventually. I don't know how long it's going to take to get there. Is the question. But yeah, we'll see.
But we have Carlito, a guy from sort of our era back in the days when we might have been watching him in 2006. Yeah. I don't know if this is like a disservice to the old Carlito.
No. I wouldn't say that. It's fine for what it is. It's just not it's not something I really care about. I mean, yeah, I can't say I really care about this whole angle at all. Can't say that.
All right, well, on a side note, real quick, Damian asked Dominik, "Is everything all right between you and Rhea?" And Dominik's like, "Yeah." But I don't know. I don't know if they're foreshadowing or teasing something. But that was just a quick thing that they hit at us real quick. It didn't really get expounded on, but yeah. All right, well, I'm going to move on to what I started with in the beginning of Raw was Kofi, Kingston, and Gunther walking to the ring. So you see, we're showing Gunther pacing back and forth. And, again, trying to make this seem like it's an important match. It's a King of the Ring match. These guys want to win the King of the Ring. So I like them showing the intense faces. But I'm going to skip around on this. I'm not doing this Raw in order, but I'm going to jump to just the Kofi and Gunther stuff because I might make this like one segment on our YouTube channel, I guess. But here, an interview with Kofi in the back again. He's trying to psych himself up, trying to say he's really going to try to win this. Oh, Lillian Garcia came back for one commentary, I guess. One ring announcement. Lillian.
Yes.
From our
That's
era,
cool.
the Attitude Era. The Rock.
Yeah.
You know? Anyways, so here's Kofi, here's Gunther. What happened here? It was just a Gunther win. I think Gunther made him tap with a Boston Crab.
It was a solid match.
Somebody won with a Boston Crab. Never seen that before, but okay.
Not since 1968. No, I don't know. Maybe somebody does win with that. You're right. It's not something you see all the time, for sure.
All right. So they show Kofi walk to the back. You see, I like this. I like them. They're showing that, oh, the guy's like kind of sad that he lost. He tried. He's hurt. He's in pain. He bumps into Karrion Kross in the back. I guess that's going to lead to something. I don't know what. But, you know. Yeah, not too. Again, yeah, you're right. I'm not too eager to see, but it's still like I think it's good writing. So.
Is it good writing when you don't care
It's better
about...
than nothing.
Okay, but hold on, let me finish.
Before there was nothing.
I understand, but is it good writing when you don't care about 3/4 of the characters on the show? Like, I don't know if that's good writing or not. I don't know. That's debatable, but it's all right. You're right. It's something, I guess. It's hard for me to really.
I don't care about it that much, but I also don't think it's very bad. Like, at least it's not like when we watch AEW and you see them setting up like a match for Collision. Not only do you not care about it, but it's also garbage acting and garbage filming and garbage cinematography.
Yes,
but anyways,
it's all true. Absolutely.
I'm praising WWE over AEW today is what I'm saying. So,
which is fair, and you should.
What happened with Gunther later? Gunther was walking to the back with Ludwig Kaiser, and the interviewer was trying to get a word with him, but he's too tired, and Ludwig Kaiser is going to be the deflection. And this was another thing that I thought. She interviewed him. This girl, I don't know what her name is, but she asked Ludwig Kaiser some good questions.
Caitlin something.
You see, she's going to ask him about how Gunther has had troubles with some of the people left in this tournament, that he's lost to Ilja in NXT. You see, they mention that in history. They don't like ignore it like the Vince McMahon era. The fact that he had to cheat to beat Jey Uso. So, some hard-hitting, realistic questions. Like, hey, what's going on with Gunther? So, and then Ludwig Kaiser gets mad at him, plays up Gunther, tells him, do you know what you're talking about? So anyways, again, another positive. I think this was good in terms of treating the wrestling like it's realistic and important.
That's a fair point. Okay. I won't argue with that. I agree. That's a very good point, Kevin. That's
all right.
True.
I'm going to move on to Chad Gable. He's a heel now, and he's talking crap to his Alpha Academy members.
This I did like. Yeah.
Talking down to them, demeaning them, saying they need to get back to practice. They're pathetic. And who was it? Is that Nyla? No, that's not Nyla Rose. Ivy Nile. Sorry. She comes and tells Maxine Dupree that, she's being abused by Chad Gable. And then Chad Gable comes in and tells him, breaks it up. You're liking this new Chad Gable, the new?
Yes, very, very much so. He's doing great work. Finally, not being treated as a goof and as an actual wrestler, a great heel character, being like a total, like a total prick. But it works. It's working so far.
All right. Well, he's has a couple of matches with his guys. Tozawa he sent out to fight Bronson Reed. And Tozawa lost. Yeah, and he berated Tozawa after the match, excuse me. And then again, later in the night, he sent Otis to fight against Sami Zayn, right? To soften him up. And then obviously Otis lost this one too. I skipped a lot of it, but he tried. But anyways, again, Chad Gable's going to come in to berate Otis, and Sami Zayn actually comes back to defend him and knocks him unconscious, and then Otis drags Chad Gable out of danger, out of harm's way, and then Chad Gable thought that it was Otis that hit him, and he smacks Otis.
Wait, he thought he hit him? Why did he think he hit him?
He thought, I don't know, he just was unconscious for a second. So when he woke up, he was like, "What?" He thought that Otis did this to him.
I don't
Or
think
maybe-
he did thought that.
Okay, maybe he just thought, "Hey, you failed again." You
Yeah,
suck.
you didn't protect me. You didn't protect me. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that,
okay. Well, it could be that too.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all I got for the new Chad Gable for the day.
Like,
I'm gonna-
yeah, that was great. That was probably some of my favorite stuff, actually, on that specific show. I liked it. It was great character development.
All right, well, I'm moving on to Bron Breakker. He's we had a segment with him last week where we talked about the segment where he asked Adam Pearce why he wasn't in the King of the Ring, and that got us a lot of views on YouTube. That one segment got like almost 500
Really?
views or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Bron Breakker is he's gonna come back out right here, and there he is on the video for who you guys are watching on YouTube. But yeah, he says he should have been in the King of the Ring, that he would have, wiped the floor with everybody, basically. I forgot what he said exactly, but anyways, that's all we got of Bron Breakker again for this episode.
So nothing really said about what he's going to be doing, what he's going to be, who he's going to be fighting or competing. Yeah, it's weird. They're really not rushing into any type of program with him or for him yet. I guess
No.
to be determined. Yeah.
No, but he is being mentioned, at least, I guess.
Okay.
Slow storytelling, but yes.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah.
We'll wait and see.
Adam Pearce said he was protecting him, that he didn't want him to be in that King of the Ring because, he wasn't ready, maybe, or, it's true, maybe they couldn't find a way for him to lose clean or lose somehow, or I don't know.
Well, you could have made him win, of course.
Yeah, well, he would have bumped into some, people like Gunther or Jey Uso. It'd be hard to,
That's true.
book that. But
True.
Anyways.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
let's mention another Queen of the Ring match. Zooey against Lyra Valkyrie, another video package they had. But
bro, come on.
I'm not gonna watch this one. I'm just glossing over
Thank you.
it. I'm glossing over what was on Raw. We're doing a Raw review here.
Is that what we're doing?
This is a review of Raw. Yes, Lyra Valkyrie. She wins this. I guess they sent Zooey out there to job, right? To Lyra.
That's what it looked like. I mean, that's surely what it looked like.
Yes. All right. So Lyra, I guess, cuts a promo after the match. All right. Whatever. Let's move along from there. Let's move on to Jey Uso versus Ilja Dragunov, which was the main event of the evening. They had Jey Uso cut a promo earlier in the day, which I don't really want to listen to or talk about because he's just tough for me to listen to. I don't like his style of talking right now. The stop and go and get the crowd involved. Instead of saying what, they say yeet. But okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a huge fan of that either. Yeah, okay. Yes, I just say agree.
Well, Ilja also got a backstage interview. Again, going along with these are important King of the Ring matches that they're getting comments from before them. And Dragunov mentioned how Gunther's on the other side and that they could bump into each other if that happened. And actually, funny thing, he did end up
pop up, right? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he came in behind him to just like stare him down, right?
Yes, there it is. There's the imagery of the rematch that is inevitably going to take place on WWE television someday. Should be the main event of WrestleMania for the WWE title, really. But okay,
maybe one day.
So here's Jey Uso. And hold on one second. I got my
stuff messed up.
I got my bookmarks a little messed up. I'm jumping all around Raw. Around Raw. Well, they also jumped around too. They jumped around a lot. Like during ring walk entrances, they would go to the back and have promos. You know, people were just waiting in the ring. Anyways, here's the end of Jey and Ilja, the match. I found it. So well, there's Jey Uso bleeding out his earring somehow, or something happened. I don't know what happened there, but
why even have an earring in your? Okay, but
anyways, Jey Uso kicked out of Ilja's finishing move. Interesting main event and interestingly booked. I guess I'll get your comments on it because Jey Uso just happens to win with a spear and a frog splash, I guess. So
yes.
Were you expecting that, or were you surprised by that at all?
No, I wasn't surprised. I mean, they've been pushing Jey Uso. I'm just not. I think he's. I don't see, like, I think I've said that before. I don't see him as a main eventer. I see him as a mid card, either a tag. He could be a single, I guess. That's fine too, but not in that echelon of a Gunther, a Cody, a Roman, whatever. I just don't see him in that, which is fine. I mean, not everybody can be a main eventer. You need guys that are just good mid card guys too. Sometimes not everybody can be the world champion. You know, it's just impossible with all these guys on the roster, all these good guys. I mean, so I just don't see him in that.
But he's main event Jey Uso. That's his fucking name, dude.
Who gave him that name? He gave himself that name. You know? So while I see that, I'm not a big fan of him. I know they're pushing him, so I wasn't surprised that he won. I wish he didn't beat Ilja clean like that, but it's, you know, it is what it is, and yes, it's to be expected.
Yeah, they could have had some kind of out for Ilja. Maybe someone could have come in and started a new feud with him or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that leads to the announcement of Jey Uso versus Gunther for the semifinals to get to the final. And Gunther does come out and stare him down to end the show. And that's how the show ended. So, one last thing I'll mention about Raw, I guess. I didn't know this. I just learned it on this show, but I guess they announced that WrestleMania Las Vegas for 2025.
Ooh, they figured it out. They got to not go back to those cold areas. Let's go to somewhere warm. Let's go to Vegas.
Yeah, and they're going to do that Double or Nothing theme, so they're going to steal from AEW here, but okay. I'm kidding. I'm joking, but anyways, so that'll conclude our review.
You know some AEW guy is saying that they're stealing from them again.
That'll conclude my review of Raw. I think Raw was the best show from this week that I saw.
Interesting. Okay.
So we'll do SmackDown next. We'll compare, I guess. Let's see what I have bookmarked for SmackDown 15th. That was May 17th on a Friday. 17. Sorry, I'm changing the dates here so I don't have to do it in post-production because that's going to be more annoying. All right, here we go. SmackDown. Sorry, dead air time. Sorry about that.
That's all right, man.
We shouldn't have dead air time.
Yeah.
All right, so this episode, we got more big fight feel. Here comes LA Knight. Here comes Tama Tonga with the Bloodline. So they're going to have a King of the Ring match also. So you see, going along with the same theme that they kind of went along with on Raw. So showing them coming in. And who else? We got probably going to show who else is going to fight. Oh, Jade and Nia Jax. There you go.
Sure.
Giving a good preview of what's to come tonight. Some juicy matchups, I guess. I think the other one was Randy Orton against Carmelo Hayes. So
that's correct.
That's the last one they showed. All right, well, let's see how this show went. Oh, those were my bookmarks that I made. Here comes and a contract signing between Cody and Logan Paul. Okay, I'm not a big fan of contract signings, but okay. All right, so the show starts out with Bianca against Tiffany for Queen of the Ring. And I think Bianca wins the match after she thwarts off a moonsault, pushes her off the top rope, and then puts her in the KOD to win the match. This was okay. So,
this was not bad. It was a solid match.
Yeah, not bad. So
not bad at all.
There's Bianca with the win. Let's move on to Logan and Cody. So Logan Paul trying to go talk to Nick Aldis. And I think he bumps into LA Knight here. They have a nice little face-off, but nothing's gonna happen. But yeah, Logan is gonna go talk to Nick Aldis, and this is gonna be mentioned during the contract signing, something that they talked about, I guess. So let's move on to the contract signing. Once again, I'm jumping around. I'm trying to remain on the same topic just to finish. But this is Nick Aldis introducing Logan Paul. Cody Rhodes also comes out. Contract signing, basic setup with tables and such. Cody talks a little bit. Yes, I'm so over this. But something interesting kind of did happen here, though. That I guess for a minute we thought that they were going to put both titles on the line because they put both titles on the table, the WWE title and Logan Paul's US title. So then Logan Paul gets on the mic and says, no, I didn't agree to that, and it's only going to be for the WWE title. He has a lawyer there, like a crooked lawyer, kind of like Nick Patrick. Right? So they have a new contract.
Yeah.
That's for just the WWE title match. But I'm gonna jump to Nick Aldis getting the microphone and becoming a powerful GM for once, which is what we thought he was here to be when he came in. And he was saying, no, that's not what we talked about. You know, in my office, this is gonna be for both titles, and calls him unprofessional. And what's his name? The lawyer gets the mic. This is the only thing the lawyer says.
Excuse me, are you threatening my client?
They didn't let him talk that much, the lawyer. I thought they should have gave him more of a starring role, but they probably didn't want to take the attention away from the stars. But anyways, classic. But so Cody gets the mic and he says he's going to take care of it. He's like, Nick Aldis can leave, and I think he agrees to it just being a WWE title match, basically. Right? Is that what happens?
I think so. That's what I remember.
He signs the contract the way Logan Paul wants it, and then they have like, oh, I skipped over it. I'm sorry. Okay, so while he's signing the contract, Logan Paul tries to sucker punch him, and that leads to Cody, blocking it, dodging it, and closing lining him over the top rope. So,
and then beating whoever these I don't know, these goons are. He beats up some job Paul's guys, goons,
yeah.
Security squad or the job squad or whoever they are.
Power bombs one guy through the table and throws Logan Paul's U.S. title back to him. So, I thought it was for a minute. I thought this was going to be more interesting if the U.S. title was going to be on the line too.
It would have been because then we don't know how they would have gotten out of it booking wise. But now it's pretty obvious that they did that so that what's his name, that Cody can win and not have both titles, and that Logan could at least hold on to the U.S. title, right?
All right. Well, anyways, fine. That's that. That's the Cody Logan Paul business. That's gonna happen at King/Queen of the Ring, but. The next thing I'm going to jump to is Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill, which is something that we thought was going to be interesting. But there was a backstage interview beforehand. Jade, I forgot what she said. She said something very cliche, like, oh, Nia Jax is the immovable object, but she's just in my way, right?
Basically.
And then, let me find where... Okay, later on in the show, same thing. Nia has her backstage interview, and let's just move on to the match, okay?
Yes, let's just do that. Thank goodness.
So Nia Jax comes out, Jade comes out. Here we go, face to face, and again, okay. So I was trying to think of what comments I would make about this match because I don't really want to show the whole match. There's Jade getting out of the way of getting squished and slamming her down. Okay. But I will say about matches like this, it was kind of an old school match. Like you could liken it to like a Hulk Hogan match where, once one person takes the lead, like you see, once Jade goes down, now she's gonna sell for a while until she turns it around. Oh, this part was kind of funny though, with the kid.
Your mom sucks.
Your mom sucks. That's Jade's daughter.
Yeah,
I thought that was actually one of the. Yeah, that was good acting from the kid. That was some of the best kid acting I've ever seen in wrestling. But anyways, the comment I was gonna make before I let you give your thoughts about this match, Vlad, is that I think when matches are too fast and there's too many moves and people are going back and forth too much, that's bad. But also when it's too slow, that's bad too. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this was that. You see, look, there's a little bit of fire here from Jade, but
I thought this was fine. Okay, but yeah, go ahead.
well, let me show the ending before. Well, actually, nothing much happened here. It became a disqualification. Jade Cargill was gonna get hit with the steel chair, but then she gets the steel chair and hits her with it. I guess she lost her mind for a minute, right? So, anyways, that's that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I just have a couple quick things. I mean, I agree with some of the things you said that with slow matches, but I thought this was fine with what they were going for booking-wise. Like, they didn't want Jade versus Bianca to happen, so this was a way to get out of that, right? You know, at least not yet. That's way too soon for them to have a match, especially when it can be big money down the road. No reason to have that in Saudi Arabia. So I liked it. It was a kind of a DQ finish with just two big women beating the crap out of each other, and then the face having to kind of hit the heel because the heel was trying to cheat first, but the face actually being the one disqualified. It's an old school thing. It's fine. I liked it. This was fine for me. This worked. I don't have an issue with it.
All right.
Well, but real quick, obviously, I wish they could have had a longer match because obviously I was waiting to see, like, would there be botches in this match? It kind of seemed like a botch match could happen, or a lot of botches could happen in this type of match with a green wrestler, and Nia Jax was known to be, somewhat careless.
Yes, well, we're watching some of the aftermath here. They had a brawl, which I thought looked pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This was all good. This was actually, I liked all of this stuff. This was probably the best part of, well, I can't say it was the best part of SmackDown, but it was at least pretty solid. It was good. It was an enjoyable segment.
Yeah, Jade showing her inexperience, though. Couldn't keep her faculties and her emotions under control and hit her with the steel chair. So that's the end of that. That's the Mark part of me talking about the wrestling like it's real. She couldn't keep self-control, man. Shit. Well, anyways, okay, that was a short match. But overall, I think they shouldn't fall into a trap where Jade kind of has these really slow, methodical matches. But I think they got to do somewhere in between. You don't want too slow a match or too fast a match. That's all I'm saying. That probably is more of like of what I saw from the the Piper Niven Jade match from last week. I thought was a little too slow and methodical. I think this would have gone that way if it went longer, but instead they.
That's true. You might be onto something. I'll have to keep an eye on some of her matches to see.
So let's see. Because I wasn't too big of a fan of that Piper Niven match, looking back on it. But let's go on to the Bloodline. Tama Tonga is facing LA Knight, and they show him in the back, and he's just getting ready, but he's just like psyching himself up all crazy. Remember this?
Yes. I don't know. Yes, I did see this. I just don't know what to make of someone just making weird noises like that.
He's getting into his war face. Yeah. Tama Tonga.
Solo, have you talked to him today?
Have you talked to Roman today, Solo?
All the time, wise man. All the time.
Solo's got a new red suit on.
I'm here with LA Knight, who is moments away.
He is facing, Tama Tonga is facing LA Knight. Continuation of LA Knight's feud with the Bloodline. This is a new Bloodline, but yeah, he's still feuding with them. And what happens in this scene? Carmelo Hayes comes in and disses LA Knight. They both diss each other. They bumped into each other in the back. This kind of comes back later on, but let me move on to LA Knight's match with Tama Tonga, and Solo comes in as the de facto leader of the Bloodline for the moment, I guess. I think he looks more like a hitman / henchman. He can't be the guy making all the calls. That outfit he's got on, he's the right-hand man of whoever is in charge, whoever is really in charge. It could be Roman, I guess, but I think it's The Rock. That's my opinion.
Which would make more sense. But you could be onto something. I guess we'll find out.
All right, well, let's move on to what happens in this match. Here's LA Knight coming out, getting big reactions still. LA Knight from the crowd, still a fan favorite. But here's Solo interfering, causing some distractions. And is that what led to the finish here, or no? That was just the first distraction. There's a second one. There's a second one later on that led to, here's again Solo getting in LA Knight's face, and when he gets back into the ring, I think he's going to get hit with his finishing move here. Too much of a distraction from the Bloodline on the outside, but yeah, straight away right there. Finishing move from Tama Tonga. I don't know what it's called, but smashed his face on the floor.
The smasher.
The face smasher.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anyways, post-match, did they do a post-match beatdown or no? Sorry.
I don't think they did. I don't think they did.
Sorry, I forwarded over that. My bad.
I don't think they did, though, from what I recall.
No. They just walked out of the ring. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Beating LA Knight like that, I mean, I understand they're pushing the Bloodline, but...
Well, at least there was some interference and stuff. It's okay. And then he bumps into Carmelo Hayes again in the back. And they talk some crap and some shoving, pushing and shoving. So that could lead to something. Another distraction for LA Knight, because he's just making too many enemies, man. He can't get back into that title picture. He was close. He had that Universal title in his grasp, but there's Jamie Noble to pull him away.
There's Jamie Noble.
Yeah, where's Nidia? Oh my god. That's why Jamie Noble still has to work, because fuck, he blew his inheritance hanging out with Nidia. You remember that?
No, what happened? No,
yeah,
I
so
don't remember that.
That's why he still has to work in the back for WWE. The poor guy. Anyways,
poor guy.
Since we're on Carmelo Hayes, I'm gonna move on to Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes was the main event here. If I could find my bookmark for this. Give me 1 second. Orton and Carmelo. There it is. There's Randy Orton coming out. And here's Carmelo Hayes. And what happened in this match? This was the main event. RKO out of nowhere.
RKO out of nowhere.
I skipped 9 minutes. But yeah, that is a victory for Randy Orton. So Carmelo Hayes just coming up from NXT champion, but they didn't want to give him that win over Randy Orton. So
they did not. They did.
So Randy Orton, Tama Tonga is the other side. The SmackDown final. All right. Moving along, though. Randy Orton cuts a promo to end the show. The only other thing about SmackDown I'll mention is AJ Styles' backstage promo. He had just lost to Cody Rhodes for the title, and he doesn't know where he's going from here. He said he was going to talk to the GM and see what's up for next week. So that's the last thing I got. I think we went over pretty much most of SmackDown, other than what I decided to skip. But anyways, so there's SmackDown. I don't know if you want to give comments. Which one was better, Raw or SmackDown? I choose Raw this week, but
yeah, okay. I'll go along with that. I think maybe you're right. Raw was probably better this week. But I think the only things I'll say about the last couple of things you showed with Randy Orton and Carmelo, I'm not like huge on Carmelo like some people are. I don't see what people see, or if some people do see it like a major superstar. I'm not really seeing it, but okay. I think he's good enough. Like, he can do some things, but I'm just not seeing a superstar here, there. And then AJ, obviously, I guess they're trying to hint at retirement for him. He might be like on the last days of his career. I don't know if that's the angle, if it's going to be part of an angle, or if he's actually considering retirement. I don't know. I mean, either way, obviously, he's done pretty much everything you could do in this business. He's, one of the greats. I hope he sticks around, but I hope they also put him in something interesting as well.
Yeah, I will be interested to see if he has a retirement match or however the hell he's going to end his career. I guess he deserves something like that. He should probably do that in TNA, though, if he's going to have like a real retirement match. It should be AJ Styles against Will Ospreay in TNA Bound for Glory.
No.
All right. Speaking of Will Ospreay, let's move on to AEW Dynamite. This is from May 15th. You got this have really bad ratings? Was this the one that had the worst ratings ever or something?
Yes, correct.
The lowest rated Dynamite in history of 5 years of Dynamite. Is that true?
I don't know if it was the lowest ever. I think it was the lowest in many years. I don't know if it's the lowest ever. Like that, I'm not 100% on. I don't know.
Okay, well, regardless, not doing well.
Not doing well. Yes, absolutely.
People are losing interest in this shit. All right, so let's see what they came up with. I have some bookmarks. Let's see what we can talk about out of this shit. I got some Swerve stuff. They had a video package for Swerve showing him going around being champion. He's going on news channels, TMZ, ESPN, radio, I don't know, promoting the show as the man. So he's feuding with Christian. So they are showing a little bit of review, which is, I think, pretty good for them because they haven't really done this in the past. So at least they're filling some people in on what happened, showing that he got betrayed last week by his own group, the Mogul Embassy, and he's fighting Brian Cage tonight, right? So I might just skip to that. We'll stick to the Swerve stuff for a second. I'll skip forward to the middle of the show. Here's a promo with Swerve in the back. And here's him coming out for his match. I guess it was like a title eliminator match. Brian Cage gets a title shot if he wins. He's eliminated from title contention if he loses. It would be an impressive win for Swerve beating this jacked up guy if Brian Cage didn't lose like every single match he wrestles in this company. So
you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say something very similar. Similar.
This is bad writing compared to the WWE writing that I thought was pretty tight for Raw this week. I thought this is bad writing. But anyway, so Brian Cage, I'm going to skip 15 minutes. They had a 15-minute battle. And in the end, Swerve wins with a kick to the head. I don't know. It probably has a move, a name, that move. But
they all have moves. They all have names.
Yes. So, anything happened after this match? Swerve was going to... Oh, he did hit Brian Cage with a chair as revenge for the betrayal from last week. And then Christian's music hits. Christian and his girlfriend come out. Nick Wayne's mom. Miss Shayna Wayne, but
Mother Wayne.
Mother Wayne. Anyways, so then Nick Wayne comes from behind and low blows Swerve while Christian is distracting him on the entrance ramp. So they're gonna have a match between Nick Wayne and Swerve next week, which is a continuation of the storyline when Swerve was a bad guy and he broke into Nick Wayne's house and left him laying. And Christian actually mentions that, this is the family photo of Swerve, and Nick Wayne smashes it on Swerve's head. So the problem with this, there's obvious plot issues with this issue of them being mad at Swerve for beating up Nick Wayne back then, is that they already aligned themselves with Swerve since then. Remember? They were,
yes, of course.
They were a team at All In. So, yeah, there is literal, like, fucking writing holes in this. There's holes in the storyline. But, anyways, what happens here? Christian, oh, he's going to say something about his daughter, right? So he has a picture of Swerve's daughter saying that she's disappointed in you, you're always absent. And then he rubs his face all over.
His bloody face.
His bloody face all over the picture of Swerve's kid with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. That's Christian's hardcore thing of the night that he did. All right, Vlad. Well, I laid it all out there. Swerve's night.
Sure.
What do you think? Do you have any comments?
No, it's the same thing that I've been saying. I mean, why don't they just shit in his mouth why this is all going on? So for 3 weeks or more now, since he's become world champion, they're just beating the shit out of this guy. He's not being made to look. I know. Okay, you're gonna say, well, it's fine. He's gonna win the match at that pay-per-view. It's all fine. No, this is not good. It doesn't make up for the fact that they're literally pissing down his throat while trying to make this new champion. He's beating his ass every week. This is not a good look for Swerve. It makes me think that he's just going to be, not a champion that they really have a lot of belief in, and that they're just waiting to give it to Will Ospreay. That's just the feeling that I get based on his booking so far. I'm not saying that Christian shouldn't get some sort of heat on him, but he's already gotten so much heat at this point on him that it's ridiculous to get any more at this point.
Well,
that's my opinion.
I honestly, I like Swerve and all. I don't think it's really working. I would take the title off him right here. I would give it to Christian.
Didn't you just say a couple weeks ago that he needed to be the champion and that he should have been the champion previously? Now you just want it not to. Now you're saying this isn't working. That's it. Let's move on from Swerve.
It's not working. I gave it a chance. It's not working. What do you want me to say?
But how can you say it's not working when he's been? Is it just not that it's not working, or is it just because the booking for him is so stupid that they're just constantly beating his ass and he's saying or doing nothing about it? I don't know. I don't think that this is all his fault. The guy was super over. Everybody wanted to see him as the world champion just like 2 months ago, and now the last couple months leading to him actually winning the title, and then after winning the title, it's just been a disaster. I don't think it's his fault. If it is not working, it's definitely not his fault based on the stupid booking of him just getting his ass beat, and then this Christian talking shit about his daughter and his family and just making him bleed. It's just too much. It's fine if it happens once, but now that it's happened 3-4 times in a row. Like, how many times can your world champion just be beat down? I don't know.
Well, I would like Christian to be the champion. I'm just saying. I think he deserves a run. I like Christian, but look, even if you just give it back to Swerve, why not just bounce the title around? Why does it have to be that Swerve has to be the champion for 5 months? How about give it to Christian for a month, and then Swerve has to somehow battle to get it back? I think Christian deserves a run with this title too. That's all I'm saying. Shake up the show a little bit, man. Make it exciting. You want to give Swerve a long run? Okay, Swerve's getting a long run. They got 600,000 viewers on Dynamite. The fuck? This is not working out, man.
but you can't blame it. You can't blame that on Swerve specifically, though. They got.
Okay, all right, but if they shake the show up a little bit, make it a little more exciting, a little more surprises.
Oh, I see. So if Christian wins the title, they'll have 680,000 instead of the 670. Come on, man. No, that's not. I don't think that's the answer either. But okay, I mean, I see what you're saying. I also don't think it's a good idea to just have everybody run with the title. I mean, it's supposed to have a little bit more value than that. That's, it shouldn't just be, this guy wins it this month and then that
Christian's not just everybody, man. Christian's the man.
Sure.
Shit.
I agree.
Christian's actually the best, to be honest.
That's up for debate, but I do like Christian. But I don't know if he should be the world champion here based on what they're actually going for. But I guess we'll see what happens.
All right, let me move on to the elite business. Let's just do that real quick before we get out of here. Eddie Kingston was defending the New Japan Strong Openweight title in Japan.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
He lost it because he got distracted by Jack Perry and the Elite. Well, actually, no, he lost the title before the Elite came in. and I guess the Elite came in afterwards to beat him up. And I don't know what the hell is going on in this scene, but anyways, they were all in Japan. Unless that was in America.
In Japan?
I don't know.
I don't know where the hell this was.
Can they stay in Japan? No, they didn't stay in Japan. They're actually here on the show today. Here they are.
That's unfortunate.
The Elite, these three guys with Jack Perry on the left. So, what did Okada talked, I think? Oh. Okada's defending the Continental title against Dax in the main event. So here's what he has to say to Dax.
And Dax, tonight I will destroy you. Mwah, bitch.
That was awesome. Okay.
No, I'll say this. You know, I that was funny, but in all honesty, there's probably nothing disappointing to me than watching guys like Okada, because there's been so much talk before I started watching AEW about like how great Okada is and Kenny Omega and guys like that talk about how amazing they are and things like that. I'm just not. I mean, Okada, obviously you give some sort of a pass because he obviously English is not his native language. He's Japanese. He's more known for his wrestling in Japan. He's just been brought into the United States because of AEW and things like that, and they're paying him a lot of money. But really, they're doing nothing. I mean, the stuff that they're doing with them does not make anyone interested and show that Okada is one of the best wrestlers alive today. Like, which is what a lot of people have been saying for years, right? That Okada is one of the greatest in today's era. But dude, if you watch this, just forget his Japanese stuff. I'm sure somebody could point out to me is great and whatnot. Just watch his stuff in AEW. Would anybody say that this guy is even in the top 1,000 wrestlers? He sounds and looks demented. His work is not great in any of these matches.
I think his work is pretty okay. It's pretty good, I'd say. I don't agree with that. He hasn't had really a match to showcase it yet, like a singles. He had a singles match with Kingston, but nothing other than that yet. But I think other than that, in the mixed tags he's had, whatever 6-man tags they've had, I think he's been okay. He hasn't been bad. But yeah, not showcasing him well here. I agree with you. He's in this silly group with the EVPs that is not really, no one is really taking them seriously.
For years we've only heard that Okada is one of the best.
I know.
And then
This is another issue, like you were saying about the Swerve thing. It's not his fault either. It's the writing and the booking.
I agree.
But
yes, I agree with as well. I mean, but at some point you should be like, hey, this is stupid and I don't want to do it. I mean, I'm one of the greatest wrestlers, if he actually is one of the greatest. But you know what? They're paying him so much money. Why even bother?
Yeah, you don't want to be like seem like a guy who's not a team player. That you're coming in being a troublemaker, rejecting all the storylines. You got to go along with whatever they put out for you, man. They gave him one line to say, and he said it.
Yes. Bitch. Anyways.
Let me hear that again. I want to hear that again.
Sure.
Wait. Wait, hold on.
I will destroy you. Mwah, bitch.
Look, the way he said bitch, too, like the way he moved his mouth. He's really good, man.
Bitch.
I disagree with you.
We'll debate that if he's really good. I mean, all right.
He's definitely stands out compared to the Elite, to the other members of the Elite, to me. But anyways, the Elite had a match, Nick and Matt against... Oh, wait, this was so important. Like, did you see this fucking sneakers commercial with Reebok that the Young Bucks are in, and Okada?
The Young Bucks have a pair of their new Reebok pumps. And it looks like it's going to be a Super Kick party!
Super Kick the day with Reebok pumps.
You want some of these Reebok pumps? I know what to get you for your birthday now, man. These Young Bucks Reeboks.
Yeah, I mean, you could get me some of those, and Then you could lose my number, but that's fine.
Okada's like, try these.
Try these.
The Young Bucks have a pair of their new
Oh my god. Alright. Sorry. But they did have a match against Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal, and they beat him. I skipped all of it. And then they fired Christopher Daniels, right? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Obviously a storyline, but
Well, obviously.
still.
That goes without saying.
I'm a Daniels fan from TNA, but anything with this storyline, I'm just like, I'm really glossing over this flat. I really don't want to see this or even like this at all. But,
I hear. I completely agree.
And then Jack Perry poured soda
or water
or Woo Energy. Ric Flair's energy drink. All over Tony Schiavone.
You definitely gotta take a shower after with the energy, because who knows what the hell's in that shit.
Son of a bitch.
He's just gonna take it. Tony Schiavone always takes it. He never fucking fights back. One day they should let him fucking give someone a DDT or something.
60-year-old man who's gonna fight a wrestler? That would be realistic.
Well, Tony Storm. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on 1 second. No, I'm not jumping to Tony Storm yet. I have more Elite business.
Oh,
sticking to Elite business. So this was the main event. I'm skipping all the way to the end. Okada had a match for the Continental title against Dax Harwood. I mean, on paper, that's a good booking, but it's so out of nowhere and random. I just really couldn't care about it. See, there's the Continental title belt. So I'm skipping. I guess I'm skipping 15 minutes here to the end of this. Oh, interesting book. Interesting ending, though. Is this technically illegal, Vlad? You see, Dax is getting into the ring, and Okada's going to kick the middle rope like it's a low blow, sort of.
Sort of, yeah. I would say that's kind of illegal, because it's kind of like a low blow.
Well, the referee's not looking, so they're showing that he missed that.
You're right.
But that's a low blow, and then a Rainmaker, and that's the end.
1, 2, 3.
That's the end of the night. Demented Okada. I like Okada again. Not really a match I was interested to watch. Post-match beatdown on Dax, and this is going along with their Anarchy in the Arena feud that they're gonna have.
Yeah,
and Danielson is in it, and Kingston, and who's the surprise? Well, Kingston's out of it because he's injured, and the surprise appearance came from Darby Allin. So he's back from his broken leg and getting hit by a bus. This guy's amazing, dude. He's a freaking cyborg. I don't understand him. He's not human.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not human. God. All right, well, that's the Elite business, okay? So, again, I'm not too interested in this random Anarchy in the Arena match. I don't really care about it.
That brawl was the end of the show.
This was the end of the show. But I'm going to go back and talk about stuff I didn't talk about. Tony Storm is going to face Harley Cameron, right? Because I guess Harley Cameron was mean to Mariah May last week. So Tony Storm is consoling Mariah May. But anyways, let's move on to the match. It was Tony Storm against Harley Cameron. Here's Tony Storm. Here's Harley Cameron, who had a match last week, and I was talking about, like, will Tony Khan keep giving her chances, even if she performs well? I guess here she is again, 2 weeks in a row. So, man, I don't know. You know, I think she's all right. I think she's too small. I think she could do the moves good, but when she hits someone, it's like, does it really look like it's gonna hurt? You know. But anyways, I'm skipping to the interference when Serena Deeb comes out, I guess with a flag or something, and that pisses off Tony Storm. But where's the end of this match? I skipped it. I skipped the match.
Well, it's okay. You won't hear me screaming. Go back. I gotta see this.
No. It's all right. It's just they gave each other stare downs to end the match. No one was at ringside, okay? Tony Khan banned everyone from ringside, so there was no interference. Tony Storm just won that one against Harley Cameron. But whatever. I'm going to move on to Hook and Jericho. How about that? How about that? Here comes Hook. Hook's return since Jericho splattered him in the face with a baseball bat at the last pay-per-view. So Hook is facing off against a jobber, and he wins. He chokes him out. And then Hook takes the mic, and he calls out Jericho. Jericho comes out with Big Bill, who's dressed more like Chris Jericho now, which is so sad for Big Bill, man. Someone actually made a comment on our last Chris Jericho video, which got a lot of views on YouTube, by the way. Some people agree with us. Some people didn't agree with us. I said Jericho's disrespecting the business. You know, talking about it like it's freaking fake, talking about CageMatch.com star ratings.
Sure.
You know? Just not taking it seriously in general. He doesn't look like he's taking this show seriously. He's looking very sarcastic and stupid.
No, he's sarcastic. Well, look, when you're getting the type of money he's at from a guy that doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't even know what planet he's on, why not, man? Let's do whatever the hell you want on this TV show, which is what he's doing. It's not any good, but he hasn't been doing anything good for a long time. For a long, long time.
It is so great to have you back. And want all the spotlight.
So Hook wants a match with him tonight, which is obviously not going to happen. We get a please retire chant from the crowd.
This is great. I know why you want me to retire. Because you know when I do, I'll be inducted into every Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in the world.
Oh
But
my
I'm not
God.
ready for that yet.
God, they're literally telling him, please go away. Please go away. This is, again, not good heat. The go away heat is not good heat.
No, this is not good heat.
Then maybe
So he sets up a match for Hook. Hook has to beat somebody to get to face Jericho. And then Hook, as a response, bonks him on the head. Look at this bonk.
Yes.
Watch this. Even Taz laughed. Listen to Taz, his dad.
Yeah, I heard
laugh
that.
at this.
Because it looked ridiculous.
It was so bad. Like, dude, come on. That was the worst fucking attack in wrestling history. Anyways.
This whole segment was embarrassing.
Yes, and then Hook's gonna get saved here from this beatdown by Shibata.
Shibata, the guy that lost his brain.
Yes, and then later on in the night, I think Hook and Shibata, they're gonna have a match to decide who fights Jericho, I guess, which is ridiculous. But Samoa Joe comes out, talks crap to Hook, which is kind of true, everything he says here. But this is Samoa Joe's only appearance on this show. He hung out all day just so he could get this fucking diatribe out to Hook.
Well, I thought you were something special, but then week after week I watch you come out here falling into the same trap over and over and over again, and now Jericho's got you at your own man's neck. Sad. You know what's sad? Is that if you two people stop playing yourselves, you might actually be dangerous around here.
I'll fight you. I'll fight you, Joe.
Ugh. All right. Well, I didn't mind that, but it was also just weird that was Samoa Joe, the only thing he did there all day. But okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of what. The thing with Hook is, I'm not buying it. You know, I just don't see him as this tough look that he's got, this tough guy routine that he's got. I'm just not seeing it. I don't see how.
I mean, he could have been if they made him. He's already lost at this point, so yeah, I don't know.
I'm not. I didn't see it even then or now. He can't talk. I don't think he can have a really decent match. Maybe he could have a decent match, just about that decent. And he's just one of those people that just sulks in the corner. Is that somebody that you want to root for? I don't think so. So though, as much as I don't know, I think he needs a lot more work. Not work that he can get here. He needs to go to, or I send every young potential wrestler, must go to NXT, young man. You got to go to NXT.
Yeah, all right, so a couple things I got left. Ospreay and Roddy, which I actually didn't think this was too bad.
Strong and the
They
undisputed
had a
kingdom.
pretty serious confrontation in the back, verbal confrontation. Yeah, they talked some crap to each other. I will say, I know. I think it's just the fact that Roderick Strong has been a goofball for many months, so you can't really take anything he says seriously, but in a bubble, this was not bad. But the last thing I'm going to mention is Willow and Mercedes Moné. They also had a contract signing, just like Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul for the WWE title. They had a contract signing for the TBS title with Renee Paquette as the mediator. And, oh God, I'm not going to play everything that Willow said, but she tried to put over the TBS title for the history of the channel and everything.
No, well, the channel is.
I guess. And her put over herself, her own gimmick, and the smile on her face. She's not going to let Mercedes Moné smack the smile off her face, I guess, is what she said. And Mercedes responded and everything, saying that she transcended the business. And Willow was kind of the heel here because Willow said that
Out at all.
she walked out champion last time they fought, but Mercedes didn't walk out at all. And then Mercedes smacks her, and this leads to a physical confrontation as Mercedes tries to hit Willow with the belt, and then that leads to Willow ducking that and countering with the powerbomb onto the table. And Sasha Banks took a pretty good powerbomb. I don't know. The verbal stuff I didn't really like. When they got physical at the end, I think it got more exciting.
It's all right. The funny thing is you said that Willow is kind of heelish here, which may be the case. I didn't really pay that close attention to it. But I always thought that in this case, Mercedes Moné was kind of more heelish for the most part in this feud. But maybe it's AEW, and as they've always said, there are no heels, there are no baby faces, which is a stupid thing to say. But anyways, yeah, maybe they're saying that it's a gray area here. We don't know who
exactly.
Is who.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But exactly. Not that I really care, because I didn't think that was that great.
No, of course not.
I think the powerbomb and the aftermath when she's all in pain was pretty good, but the whole segment itself was a little, I don't know. I didn't really like this Dynamite.
You didn't buy the acting.
No, I didn't buy the acting, unfortunately. From Willow either. I like her in the ring, but okay. I don't want to talk too much bad about her. But
sure, fair enough.
Anyways, that's all we got. So we're an hour and 20 minutes into the show. We're done with the wrestling talk for the week. Anything else you want to mention? Nobody, literally, hardly anybody watches these long-ass fucking whole podcasts we do when we do like an hour or something. Like, nobody will watch the whole... They'll get like 12 views. It's incredible how, like, if I put the whole show out, no one will watch it. But if I cut it up into nice little, like, 3-4 minute segments talking about this, and then these videos are getting like hundreds and thousands of views. But it's the same content. The same content is in that, like, big video. But unless I cut it up for them,
yeah,
you know,
it's like you said, people have the attention deficit disorder. They have that ADD stuff going. They can only watch something for 2-3 minutes tops.
They have attention span of squirrel.
Yes, exactly.
Mind of squirrel.
Mind of squirrel, exactly. No, but
so yeah, you could literally say whatever you want in this segment because no one will ever watch it. This is the end, the tail end of the show. You could tell everyone F you. Not saying you want to, but
no, I just think it's sad that this is what AEW has devolved to. I mean, I think it's kind of sad that the ratings are like so bad, and they keep running the same show, and nobody wants to do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. They're stuck with this one owner that they're just happy that they're getting paid and they have jobs, and it's a sad situation because as has been said, there's probably a likelihood that this was the one shot that we had an alternative wrestling company. And yes, WWE has been quote unquote better as of late and under a new regime. Okay, fine. But still, we always wanted that alternative wrestling to them that could be solid and good. And here was a billionaire starting one. This type of situation might never happen again. Definitely not in our lifetime. So it's kind of sad that this is the one shot that we had, and it was this. It just kind of fell apart, and it seems like it's going. I don't know how it's going to be salvaged. I'm waiting to see if there's a possibility that something could happen, but every week I just get more and more upset as I watch these shows, in the sense like, oh my God, this is what they're airing and this is what's happening, and it's kind of defeating. It's kind of sad. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is definitely sad, man. I'm with you. Like I said at the beginning of this podcast when we started, this was our direct replacement for WCW, basically.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be our guy. Like, we wanted WWE, you're right, it is good, but it's a little it's not exciting. It's a little slow and methodical. We wanted an exciting second show to watch, to compete with WWE, push each other to be better and all that. But yeah, it did not become that. And it's over, because we know what needs to happen is somebody serious needs to talk to the Khans or talk to Tony's dad and say, look, if you guys want to make this a business, you have to bring in people who know what they're doing. This can be turned around, dude. Wrestling fans.
It sure can. It can. But
could. If it started being good, people would watch. Like WCW in '96. As soon as it gets good, wrestling fans are eager to watch something good. Once something is good, they will try to tune in. They will give an effort to watch it. It just has to be good. Like, you have to not fucking be so boring and terrible to the point where people literally lose interest and stop watching. Like, I try to watch. I always try to watch. I even try to watch TNA until until it made me lose interest. Yeah, I was watching until it got boring enough to the point where I really didn't care about it anymore. And that's where AEW is getting to be honest. It's getting to the point where I really just don't care about it anymore. We might get to a point where we both mutually decide, like, hey, this is not worth our time anymore. We can watch WWE, but this is just bad. Like, it's making me feel stupid to watch this. I'm getting dumber.
No, you're right.
I'm already at that point where I'm feeling dumb watching AEW. Like, but I have that hope, though. That's why we're the Malapert Smart podcast. We have hope. We're criticizing in a good-natured way. We're saying it's bad, but only because we want it to be better, because we want good wrestling to watch.
But I think you would think even the diehard fans of this have to admit that it's not what it was even like 2-3 years ago. Like, even when MJF was there and they first got Punk, there was a lot of hope at the time. And then when you got Danielson and even Adam Cole got there, there was some hope that, like, there was hope within the company that they could do something. But that has all pretty much disappeared, and now everybody sees the product for what it is, and WWE has done so much better, and they had that hot WrestleMania, and it's not going the way it's supposed to go for them, but they're not doing anything about it. They just keep doing what they've been doing, and they're going to get the same results pretty much every single time. They're going to get 600 to 700,000 people now. I don't know if they're going to get back to 800 or 900. And I know they were.
Well, they could if they turn the show around. They hired Jim Cornette as the booker, and they hired.
Dude, you're going to kill every AEW fan with just saying that, because you know how much they hate Jim Cornette.
Forget the AEW fans. You lose those 600,000, you'll get 2 million other people who are actually like.
Well,
serious.
We don't know that. We don't know that about that. But we do know that I'm not saying it has to be Cornette, but it doesn't have to be Cornette directly. But they do need to hire somebody that has experience with booking, wrestling, putting a show together, things like that, putting angles together. They need someone that has that type of experience.
Booking is very important, man. The booking is the issue, because like things happen a lot where like they'll have a match and it'll seem like a good match, but it's like, well, you've already buried this guy, so it's not a good match. You fucking beat this guy 50 times. Why should anyone give a shit about him? He doesn't look menacing anymore. He's done. You've buried him. You've killed him. So the booking is incorrect. That's the biggest issue. The booking is incorrect.
Well,
you know,
I mean, but we've been saying that for a long time, and I don't think it's going to happen. Like you're saying, like, oh, somebody has to talk to the cons and say, oh, well, this is what you have to do. Dude, this is like, I don't know how much money they're going to have to lose for them to actually come up with that type of solution. Like, oh yeah, well, we need to do something, or we need to close this down. I don't know what the magic number is. I mean, how many, they make so much money that it's like they could continue to pour money into this thing for years and years. So I think we're just going to be stuck with what we've got. You know, I think he's probably happy with what he's doing, because this is just nothing more than like a project for him. It's not an actual business, which is, I think, the point Punk was making, that he's not treating it like it is a business. You know, he's treating it as just like a project for him, which is fine if that's what you want it to be. But you would think that he'd want it to succeed as well, but he doesn't seem to. He just wants to do it his way.
Yeah. All right then.
Well, yeah. I don't. Yeah. Let's just call that the end of this wonderful show.
Yeah, this is just a week of wrestling, man. We don't want to sit here and talk forever about this 1 week.
No. It's definitely not deserving of that much.
All right, well, that'll be it for this episode of this podcast. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Follow on social media if you'd like. We're also on podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora. If you want to just listen, save data. If you live in one of them third world countries like India, where you only have like 1 gigabyte for the whole month, don't watch the video. Listen to it. You know, we're trying to describe what's happening, so at least you could save some data. Anyways, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you for listening. For the wrestling expert, Vlad, and for the Frozen Asian, who couldn't make it tonight, but we'll still give him a shout out. Hopefully he'll be back next time. I've been the Malapert Smart Kayhan, and you're listening to the Malapert Smart Podcast on the QFPN. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Next week, hopefully. All right then. Later.